Everyone knew Alina as the quiet girl. She sat at the back of the classroom, always with her head down, her books perfectly arranged, and her voice barely above a whisper when spoken to. At 16, she was almost invisible in the crowded halls of Westmont High School, a ghost that floated between periods, avoided eye contact, and never caused trouble. But that was the problem. Because in high school, silence is blood in the water. And there are always sharks. It started with the Snickers. One day, someone dropped a note on her desk during biology, "Are you mute or just weird?" Another time, someone put chewing gum on her seat. She didn't react. She never did. That's when it escalated. The ringleader was Kayla, the tall, popular girl with a sharp tongue and a bitter heart, flanked by her usual crew, Tori, the sarcastic one, and Mia, who laughed too loud at everything Kayla said. To them, Alina was an easy target. No comebacks. No complaints. Just a blank face, looking down. So when they cornered her after gym one day, giggling as they blocked her path in the empty locker room, they thought it would be another fun little game. Kayla smirked. "Hey, mouse girl. You ever think about learning to speak? Or are you just waiting for a prince to break your curse?" Tori cackled. "She probably talks to herself at home." Mia added, "She looks like a freaking doll." "Does she even bleed?" Alina stood still, gripping her gym bag tightly. Her long, black hair clung to her shoulders. Her face unreadable. Then Kayla reached out and grabbed her wrist. That's when everything changed. With one swift motion, Alina twisted her arm, a sickening pop echoed through the locker room. Kayla screamed, crumpling to the ground, clutching her broken wrist. Tori lunged forward, but Alina didn't even flinch. She grabbed her next, turned her own momentum against her, and slammed her to the floor, dislocating her shoulder with a loud snap. Mia backed away in horror. "What the hell, what are you?" Alina stared at her with ice in her eyes. "I'm someone you should have left alone." And just like that, she walked past them, calm, collected, like nothing had happened. The next few days were chaos. Kayla wore a cast. Tori's arm was in a sling. Mia stopped coming to school altogether. Rumors exploded across campus. "Did you hear what she did? Alina? The quiet girl? She's like a ninja or something." People started looking at her differently, not with mockery, but with wide-eyed fear and something else. Respect. But no one knew the truth. Not yet. 3 years earlier, Alina's world had shattered. Her older brother, Hamza, had been jumped outside a convenience store, targeted because of the way he dressed, because he looked different. He was beaten so badly he spent a week in the hospital and never walked the same again. Alina had watched helplessly, a trembling child hiding behind the window, unable to protect him, unable to stop it. She had cried herself to sleep for months, plagued by guilt. That night, her father made a choice. He enrolled her in self-defense classes. Not the basic, weekend stuff either, hardcore martial arts. Muay Thai. Aikido. Jiu-Jitsu. Every day after school, she trained until her knuckles bled. She never talked about it. She didn't need to. Because deep down, she had promised herself, never again. Now, the whole school knew she wasn't a victim. But Alina didn't enjoy the fear in their eyes. One teacher, Mr. Bennett, pulled her aside. "You know violence isn't the answer, Alina. You could have walked away." She looked him dead in the eye. "Sir, I tried walking away for years. I was dragged back every time." She was suspended for a week. But she didn't care. Because something else had happened. A girl named Layla, skinny, always jittery, with bruises she never explained, walked up to her during lunch one day. She sat beside Alina in the courtyard, her voice trembling. I saw what you did. And I just wanted to say thank you. They used to mess with me too." Alina nodded. "You don't deserve that." Layla bit her lip. "Do you think, maybe you could show me some of that stuff? The moves?" Alina hesitated, then smiled gently. "Yeah. I could do that. It started small. A few girls. Then a few more. Every Saturday at the local community center, Alina showed them how to fall without injury, how to get out of a wrist grab, how to use their opponent's weight against them. The mouse girl now had a quiet army of her own. Not fighters. Survivors. One day, Kayla returned, cast off, pride bruised but eyes different. She stood in front of Alina after class, no posse, no insults. I came to say, sorry. Alina raised an eyebrow. For grabbing me? Kayla shook her head. For not seeing you. For treating you like you were nothing. There was silence. A long pause. Then Alina said, I'm not nothing. I never was. Kayla nodded slowly. I know that now. By the end of the school year, Alina wasn't popular. She wasn't loud. She didn't crave attention. But she was strong and seen. A symbol for anyone who had ever felt voiceless. She hadn't just defended herself, she had changed the rules. She proved that being quiet didn't mean being weak. That silence could hold power. That sometimes, strength isn't about throwing punches, it's about rising when the world expects you to fall. And in the echoes of cracked wrists and healed wounds, a message spread. Don't ever mistake silence for surrender.